All right. Good morning. Buenos días para todos. This is Adriel here, tuned in on your daily live stream for the entire month of April, italki.com/I stay at home. If you're on the YouTube page, hopefully you're signed in. I don't know if you're awake yet. Hopefully someone is awake on the right now. Someone is brave enough to be awake, to have had their coffee or tea or kombucha to say good morning. So yes, good morning. Hi Nuria. Good to see you. You're on the YouTube page. Where are you calling from today? You can let me know. You can tell me, maybe what your schedule is like during the lockdown. Um, and is anyone on the page, italki.com/I stay at home? Anyone? Is anyone awake here? Well, I don't see anyone yet, but I hope you're there. Okay, Lucia's here. Good to see you again. And I don't see anyone on the I Stay at Home page, but I'm gonna sort of just let you come in. So how's it going? How's your week going? Are you working at home? Are you what we call sheltering in? It's when you stay at home, but you don't work, you don't do anything. You're just sort of staying there until things get better. Um, anyone want to share their confinement stories right now? What you're doing at home? All right. Good morning, Vanessa on italki.com/I stay at home. So it's good to see you again. Um, we're just talking a little bit about what we're doing at home right now. Are we working? Are we sharing? Are we doing a new kind of hobby? What are we doing that's easy for us to do at home? Hmm. Well, you can share with me if you want, but what we're going to do, since we're already about three, four, maybe five people now who are coming in, maybe more, we're going to talk today about working abroad and working with global work cultures. Yeah, and the important thing is knowing that we are all working, teleworking, right? Yeah, teleworking, that's what it's called right now. But there's also, we still have to work with people of other cultures. A lot of us are, I mean, I am as an online teacher, I work with people from many different cultures. And you might work with people different cultures online. So I'm going to show you this presentation here, which is called Working Abroad and Global Work Cultures. So let's see when it comes in and we can start going. I guess my first question to you is, how often do you work with other cultures? Do you work with other cultures often? Do you work with other cultures for example, from home right now? Do you have to sort of go out and go to work and also work with people from other cultures? I have someone who came in, Salvador and Pedro. All right, good to see you. You just arrived on time. We're starting to talk about working abroad and global work cultures. So I'm going to start here. Why work abroad? Right. This is the first question. So there are many reasons to work abroad. Obviously, working abroad is something that's more popular than ever before. But my question to you today is, how many people live and work abroad worldwide? Just a quick grammar check. Do you know what abroad means? What it means to work abroad? What does it mean? What does abroad mean? This is a word that I actually teach a lot in my classes. Um, and for a lot of people, when I say study abroad or work abroad, it means something very specific. So, what does it mean to work or study abroad? If you know, how many people live and work abroad worldwide? What do you think the quantity of people today working abroad? Yeah, so Nuria says here, work in another country. Yeah, that basically working outside of your country, right? Or studying, or living, or traveling. You can use abroad as a way to connect it, because the word abroad, of course, is the word abroad is used in this situation as an adverb, right? You go abroad, you study abroad, right? We use it as a way to give a sort of a direction depending on the activity. So so Salvador says IDK. I don't know how many people live or work abroad. Well, it's a lot of people actually. And I think the number is not necessarily correct. I think the number might even be bigger, but the number of people that work abroad today are it's 232 million people, according to the UN, at least 3.2% of the entire global population. So it's a lot of people that are working abroad. That's only what the UN knows. I think there's a lot more people working abroad today. You know, there are people that yeah, Nuria says it could be millions. It is millions. Yeah, it's almost what we say, a quarter of a billion people at least. Yeah, it's definitely a big, but it's not as big as you'd think. It's not like 1 billion people are working abroad. It's actually, I would say, less than 500 million, maybe around that number. So most people are not working or living abroad. Most people are living and working in their country. I think that's normal. I think it's normal for people to be more comfortable in their country. I'm one of the strange Americans that decided to move to Europe and never go back. So, so you know, there are exceptions to the rule, but most of my friends in America, most people I know and met and have met are perfectly happy living in the United States, or living where they live in the United States. It's their country. They feel comfortable. Yeah, so it's a lot of people, but it's not, you know, even 10% of the global population. So in the same survey, they found that 64% of employers thought that international experience was important in a candidate, right? So they say that nowadays more employers find this important, right? And 70% of UK businesses value employees with foreign language skills. So again, this is a pretty interesting sort of pretty interesting survey here, because it shows a few things that are changing now. That there are more people working abroad, but also there are a lot of employers that think it's important to have international experience and to have foreign language skills. So, in your opinion, do you think that having international experience and knowing different languages, not just one language, but you know, two, three, four languages, is important today? Do you think it's to get certain kinds of jobs that it's impossible without this experience, without this language knowledge? What do you think about that? Do you think that this is that now you have to have international experience, you have to know many languages to get good jobs? Is that true? Is that true in your country? Is that true in other countries? What's your what do you think of this? Do you think this is fair? Is it a fair thing for employers? What's your view on this? You can share your thoughts on the chat, on the YouTube chat, or on the italki.com/I stay at home page. So whatever you're thinking, you can, if you want to just say hello, you can say hello. Yeah. So you want to have a comment on this? Again, is this important? International experience. Is this also important? Knowing foreign languages. Hmm. Is it important at all? Is it not important? I don't know. Are you trying to get a job maybe, where I have people that come to my classes and say, I need to learn English because I need it for work. I need to do it for my job. Well, you can answer. I'm going to see if your comments come in from my questions, but let's sort of continue here about working globally. So, have you ever worked or studied abroad? Do you know anyone who has? All right. So I have a few comments that have come in finally. I have from Nuria, yes, it's important for the idea of well, you would say, what you could say is, you could say, yeah, you could say maybe as business becomes more international, right? We it's more natural sounding, right? Or becomes, or for global business that you get a better job. Yeah, yeah, I would say yeah. Salvador says it depends on the job. To be a scientist, it's necessary to know many languages. Yeah, that's true. But one thing that's very interesting is that now a lot of languages are a lot of it languages are when they go into certain kinds of industries. So science, for example, this is a good example. A lot of scientific journals are only written in English. For example, I learned this well, not the other day, but some time ago, I learned that in Nordic countries, right? So countries like Norway and Sweden, in Nordic countries, they all of the scientific journals are written in English, rarely ever in the native language. And this is interesting because obviously people speak the native language in their countries where they live, but they're writing scientific, technical, even sometimes philosophical journals only in English because it's sort of become a standard language for communicating. But at the same time, this is very strange because this means that, when they're thinking about something, it's really being thought in a language other than their native language. So the question really is how important it is to know other languages when you're working abroad. If you only need to know English, for example, maybe. I mean, if you go to Denmark, you can just know English and be fine, I'm sure. But it depends. I mean, it depends on what kind of life you want to live. My friend moved to Denmark and worked in Denmark and loved they loved the sort of the culture in Denmark, but also learning the language was difficult. And if they had learned the language, they would have integrated maybe better into the culture as well. So even though English was good enough. So yeah, let's get a few comments here coming in. So good morning, Oscar. It's good to see you. It's very important to know other languages for business. Miskil Gana says, yes, my uncle works abroad. And Nuria says, yes, my best friends went to Australia and now she's in Chicago. I haven't been working or studying abroad, but I'd like to. Okay, yeah. Yeah, a lot of people want to. I think a lot of people are very interested in studying abroad. I think for people it's an important thing. So so just again, did you or your friends, family experience culture shock living or studying abroad? If you have any stories, you can share them in the comments. Again, the first question we have to ask ourselves is what is culture shock, right? What is culture shock, and how do we survive culture shock? It's it's something that I think this is the thing we talk about the most. Um, I have a comment here from Vanessa saying, I have lived in Ireland working and studying for 6 months, and it was a fantastic experience. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I would say that Ireland. I would say that Ireland is a good example of a country a lot of people I know have traveled to and worked in, because again it's an Anglophone country, right? English speaking country. So a lot of people want to live in a place where they can improve their English or their target language. So yeah, I just have a. Is there anyone else that is? Is there anyone else that is maybe talking about culture shock? Did anyone experience culture shock? Anyone in the comments? You can on the comments on italki.com/I stay at home or on YouTube. What is culture shock? Did you experience culture shock? Hmm. What about this question? If you had to relocate, right? Relocate's a word we use, right? we change homes, basically. We change location. We say relocate to work or study abroad. What would you do to prepare yourself? What are your biggest fears when living abroad? Yeah. Can you give me any answers here? Yeah, don't worry. There's no right or wrong answers in my classes. There's only just your your enthusiasm to share your thoughts. Yeah, basically, yeah. Practice your English with your thoughts. This is one method I use in my classes, which is called the direct method. The idea is if we had a face-to-face class, I would have you talk most of the time and sort of naturally find your ideas. So feel free to express your ideas and thoughts. It's no problem at all. Hmm. All right. Well, we have a few people talking in the chats here, talking about their experiences in Ireland, which is pretty cool. All right, I finally have someone here. I have Sachin Singh that's saying language problem. Yeah, language problem. I think is everybody's biggest fear. When I did a class, a live stream class this week on presenting and interviewing, we talked about how people's biggest fears were speaking in public. Well, it's very similar when you're learning a language, right? Having a language problem, right? Or as we call it, sort of being lost in translation, right? You don't understand others, they don't understand you. It can be difficult. English is a language that's really great because it helps improve communication in many cultures. Now you can go to many countries and a lot of people know English, but it's still it's still a very I think a language that people are still learning a lot. If you go to a lot of places in the world, people only speak their language. Maybe they speak a regional language or a language on the border, but they might not necessarily speak English. I've seen it happen before. I've been to many places, even in Europe, where people didn't really speak English that well. So sometimes it's good to really be flexible and adapt when you're going to a different culture. So um, do we have any other comments? Anyone else want to comment about other things? Maybe other things that you would have to do to prepare yourself, things that you would have to do to avoid culture shock. There is a thing that's called reverse culture shock in some cultures. Well, when you go back home after living abroad, you go back home and you have reverse culture shock. A lot of things that you were normal to you are now different to you because you were living in another country for a long time. So if you have any experiences about culture shock, reverse culture shock, any advice on what to do to make your experience more, I would say, more pleasant, you can share it in the comments. So we'll keep going here. So working globally with others, right? Even if we don't work abroad, right? And many of us will find ourselves working with people, right? So if people visit your organization, what are the most important cultural differences they should be aware of? Why is working abroad not the same as traveling for pleasure? Again, this is something that's interesting. That's part of the debate of working abroad is a lot of people think that when you this was a mistake I made, I think. When I decided to work abroad in France, I decided that for example, that I was going to be living in France and it was going to be amazing because it's a new country, it's a new opportunity. And for a while, I was on vacation. In my mind, I was on vacation. And then as month one, month two, month three went by, and I realized that I'm going to be here for a long time, I realized it's not a vacation anymore, that it's my life now. So I had to change my mentality a lot. But when you first work abroad, you can't because everything's new. Everything looks new. It smells differently. Food tastes differently, right? People they're different than the people you know at home, right? So it's very interesting. The idea is that when you're working abroad, you have a job to do, you have a life to live, you have to pay your taxes, right? You have to get social security, you have to open a bank account, you have to buy a car, you have to rent out. It's all the same things that you have to do in any country. And sometimes it might be worse in the country you move to instead of the country you're from. So it really depends. If anyone's watching this, just looking at these questions here, let's say you're working with people, or you're greeting people, right? People that are coming to visit, right? And hello, Camila is here again. Good to see you again. We're talking about working abroad and working with others, with different global cultures. So, um, so I wanted to know if maybe you can, or anyone else watching can, tell me about other important cultural differences they should be aware of. Why is working abroad not the same as traveling for pleasure? Um, Anyone would like to comment? You can have your coffee before you comment. It's no problem, and I'm perfectly okay waiting a little bit for your answers. We have other things we will present on, but again, it'll be a nice sort of simple presentation today. Okay, so Sachin's saying, I buy a luxury home abroad. Well, if you buy a luxury home abroad, I think it's kind of a good thing, right? Because you have a life of luxury, right? A luxury. So, but most of us who are going to work abroad, we're not going to necessarily have a life of luxury, right? We're going to have a life that's going to have the same problems, the same culture shock, the same cultural differences as any culture has for the visitors to that culture and when you're visiting another culture. So, um, are you there with me? You can say hello if you're there. Do you have any views on these questions? Any views? All right. Raquel saying hello, welcome. We're talking about global work cultures and also working abroad. So, all right. So there's no comments right now, none that I see. But I would love to hear your thoughts just about maybe things that you should do to prepare about when you work or study when you go abroad, right? So let's look at some grammar check here, right? When we work with other cultures, we are likely to find differences in our traditions and in our attitudes, right? Now, here's the thing. If we use adjectives about our impressions of others, we can also add prefixes, right? So prefixes are something we do in English that we add at the beginning of adjectives. You can also use an antonym, the opposite of the adjective. So if you say a word like happy, you can say sad, right? But you can also say unhappy. You can. There are both are correct. They're correct uses of the prefixes and of the antonyms. So for example, people can be direct, formal, friendly, helpful, kind, sociable, polite, respectful, right? Or, or let's think about some negative prefixes. What are some negative prefixes for these words here? What's the negative prefix for direct? Is it disdirect? Is it undirect? I have a comment here from Vanessa saying that we are a little bit sleepy. Don't worry, I am too. I had to wake up early too. So I don't mind if you have to take your time to answer. It's no problem for me. I'm what I would love to see though are your comments. I mean, even if it's just a very simple idea, the idea of communicating with me and with others on the chat, because this is your opportunity to do that. This is so. Yeah. So we have a few people. Indirect. Yeah. Indirect. Yeah. What about formal? Formal. What's the right one for formal? Yeah, informal, right? So we have a similar, it's a similar one. Friendly, friendly. Can we add a negative prefix to friendly? Or do we have to use an antonym? Unfriendly, good. From Vanessa, good. Unfriendly. So that's a good one. What about, so helpful, helpful. Do we add a negative E prefix to helpful? Unfriendly. Good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you all know your negative prefixes really well. Prefixes. What about kind? Kind. Kind. All right. Kind, sociable. What do we add in front of those? Can we add something in front of those? All right, I have a comment here from Camilla. When you work abroad, it's a challenge with yourself in the new work environment. You are not just in the process to integrate to the new culture, it's also new customs and your work activities. Good, good, good. Thanks. That's true. That's very true. And again, these are reactions we can have about attitudes, about people. It's okay to have these reactions. The idea is to adapt, right? Now, and your answer was very good, Camilla. Don't worry. There's no wrong answers here. When we're talking about a free discussion, right? Yeah, we have the remember where it's a negative prefix. So kindness is the noun of being kind, but we want to say what they said, unkind. Nuria says unkind. So again, negative prefixes, right? And we also have sociable and polite, respectful. Yeah, they have different prefixes, right? So here they are, right? Again, un and in are quite common. Im depends, right? So this is sort of a very difficult thing in English, is knowing when to use the prefixes. I get a lot of questions about this a lot. The using negative prefixes in English is something that's a little bit complicated to do, because uh, a lot of it have to do with knowing the rules. That's the first thing. You have to know the rules, and you also have to know there's the exceptions, right? But the idea behind the negative prefixes is that there are a few things you can learn. So, for example, um, when you have in, right? In, for example, it changes. So, for example, most consonants, most words that start with consonants, right? So for example, we look at friendly, helpful, kind, sociable. It all starts with un. Yeah, and so that's so and then there's a lot of other ones that start with in. So in and un are the most common. However, there is a problem when we have negative prefixes that start with letters such as p, m, l, or r. In changes. So p and m, it becomes im, right? Im, right? This is the thing. So impolite, right? Because not impolite, but impolite, right? I don't know why. This is just the rule of the English language. If it's before an L, it becomes illegal, illegal, not illegal, right? Not illegal, but illegal, right? And if you have the R, it becomes IR to become irregular, irrelevant, right? Not irrelevant or irrelevant. So there's a little bit of a pattern, right? With the P and the M, there's an M sound. With the L sound, there's an IL. With the R sound, there's an IR. So this is something that you can remember. But there are other things too, like for example, respectful. You don't say you can say irrespective. There is a word like that has nothing to do with disrespectful. It's a very different word. So In this situation, we have to know that the opposite, the antonym of respect is disrespect, right? So, so that's good news. If you know the antonym, then you know that the adjective is also the same word. So respectful, disrespectful. But a lot of it is not as easy as it should be. Again, I think there are some very complicated things going on with the negative prefixes. And what's important is to memorize it, but to also know that when you have certain letters, L, R, P, M, you should pretty much know the answer to the prefix. So let's just talk a little bit about this. When you travel to other countries, do you try to, for example, do you try to be optimistic, positive about others? Have you had really bad experiences traveling abroad where you thought people were disrespectful or unfriendly or unhelpful? Or did you go, or are your travel experiences mostly positive, where you find that people were friendly, formal, polite? Um, I think a lot of it has to do also with your perspective, right? If you go to a place, you have to understand, right, that you're going to someone else's home, right? This is their home. You are a visitor, right? Same thing when they come to your home and they are a visitor. Now, the idea is that we have to be culturally sensitive, right? And culturally sensitive is something that I think is a big conversation now with business. It's a big conversation with travel. Again, it's easy for us to see our differences rather than our similarities. So what does it mean to be culturally sensitive? Because again, culturally sensitive is something that we have to practice. And if we practice our language better and our knowledge of communicating with others, we can become more culturally sensitive. But the question is for you, what does it mean to be culturally sensitive? What's the definition of culturally sensitive? Does anyone care to answer? Maybe just quick comments, on the on the okay, so I have some people that are commenting here that I have Yasin Ali saying, I didn't go abroad, and Maysem saying, I'm 30. I don't think I can go abroad to study or work anymore. Well, it depends. I know people who are older than 30 who are doing this, right? So it depends if you have a change in your life or a new job opportunity. You never know, right? The idea, though, is to also ask yourself, is this something that interests me? Now, whether it does or doesn't, the important thing is that being culturally sensitive is important, right? So, having a few comments here. Some from Vanessa. I have never had bad experience. Besides, I have traveled to some countries, and at the beginning, I had prejudice, and after that, my mind had changed, right? Because it's the past perfect, right? Of past of the past. Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, I think traveling is a great way to open your mind about other cultures, other people. I think it's a very bad thing to think that any culture is a certain way if you don't know it. In the end, every culture has its problems, and there are attitudes that people have in cultures that maybe you disagree with, or maybe you have problems with when you work with them, but in the end, it's not necessarily a cultural thing. Something I learned in business training was that in the end, it had nothing to do with cultural differences if there were problems happening between two countries working together. A lot of it was more different. It was more a level of competence, which means people weren't being trained enough to help each other and to communicate with each other. And number one reason is communication. Communication was a big problem. So it had nothing to do with culture. It had a lot more to do with how people were being trained and how people were communicating with others. And that's a problem, right? We need to be better than that. We need to have a standard way to work together. So just looking at a few comments here, Camila says sometimes cultural differences. Yeah, there's sometimes cultural differences. You have to be kind with new people. They have customers, could be rude. yeah, you can't pretend, things, running like, yeah, yeah, what you're saying is like you can't pretend that things are like what they used to be, right? It's important to understand that when you're working with other cultures, you can't change a culture for you. That's not how it works. You have to be open-minded too, and you have to say like, there are things here I can't change, and that's okay. But there are other things that I can maybe, adapt to, or things that won't bother me, right? I mean, the idea is this: if you don't like a city because you don't like traffic, if you go to another city, you're still going to have traffic. So you have to change your perspective about the traffic to move to another city. So, I have a comment here from Nuria saying aspects of the cultures which you should be careful in order to not offend others. Yeah. Serhi says culturally sensitive could mean that you should not judge other people according to your cultural standards, but taking into account their cultural background. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think the important thing is to know that cultural background is a good thing. It's something we can learn from. We can learn from many cultures, many ways of living, many ways of thinking. I think this is a great thing. But I think a lot of times we forget that it's difficult to just change from one mindset to another mindset, right? The idea is when we improve our communication, improve our level of training with each other, it can be good. But again, this can happen with direct and indirect communication, customs and etiquette, cultural misunderstandings, national character, ways of working. And for you, which of these are the most difficult to find similarities? Which of these are the least difficult to find similarities? Again, there are no right or wrong answers here, but in my experience working and traveling abroad, I think one thing that was very difficult were I think one thing that's very difficult was the customs and etiquette, because customs and etiquette are very peculiar in every country, even in every region in every country. I live in France, and I've gotten to learn French pretty well and know people here, but at the same time, there are some places where you just see that people do things a little bit differently, with maybe at the table when they eat dinner together, or maybe the way that they do business, for example. It can be a big difference from the north to the south. So there are differences even within the country, and that's okay. It's just the way it is. But yeah, just getting some comments here. Raquel says, respect other cultures, learn about them, and try to learn their language. Yeah. And does anyone have of any of these categories here? These are 5 categories, right? Which of these for you are the most important, and which are the most difficult to find similarities? You can talk about a personal, professional experience. You can talk about unexperienced traveling abroad. There's no right or wrong answers here. So whatever you're thinking about, you can answer here in the comments on YouTube or on the landing page. So any questions here? Any comments you want to bring in? Is it more difficult uh, to change how you work? Is it more difficult to adapt to the society, the national or cultural identity of the society? Is it more difficult uh, to adopt the same customs? Note how I use the word adopt, right? Adopt. We can adopt, for example, children, right? If you want to adopt a child, right, with no parents, or if you adopt, like a rescue dog, a rescue cat, right? And you can also adopt customs, and you can adopt a way of working. So it's a word that we use a lot for. It's a verb we use a lot when we sort of add something new to our life. So I have a comment here from Nuria saying, "I'll say cultural misunderstanding." Yeah, cultural misunderstanding is a big one. I think it's a big one. I think also another one that's really big for a lot of people is ways of working. A lot of people are quick to point out that cultures work differently. That might be true. I mean, I grew up in Brazil. I grew up in the United States. I live in France, and I would not say that all three cultures are the same when it comes to how they work. But I do think there are a lot of things with culture and socialization that are very similar with the French, Brazilians, and Americans. And that's just my experience. You might have other experiences where maybe you live in Spain, but maybe you have lived in another country like China or South Africa, and maybe you found some similarities in those cultures as well. Um, I have a few comments that just came in. Miss Gana says, I think communication is very important to deal with other people from different cultures and countries. Yeah. Yeah, so communication. So we would say direct, indirect is a big thing. Direct and indirect communication is something I teach a lot in my classes because in Brazil, people are very, I would say, very direct, very informal with communication in general. But in France, it's a little bit more formal. It's a little bit more, it's sort of a mix of direct and indirect. So I had to learn a little bit how to do that because I can't come in being like, hey, whoa, it scares people. They get very scared. So you need to find a way to make people feel comfortable too. So Camila says a different difficulty working abroad is definitely feeling that you have to adapt new customs that sometimes are a little difficult. Yeah, Nuria says I couldn't have that experience. Work with other cultures, but I can imagine it. Yeah, well, most of us don't really work with other cultures. Most of us, unless we're in tourism, right? This is before the crisis, or if we're in tourism, or if we're in for example, something where we have to international business, for example, restaurants, bars, right? There are a lot of businesses that you have to know how to work with other cultures, but there are many businesses that you don't have to, and also you could work at a place in the middle of your country where there's not really any tourists. Maybe there are tourists from other parts of your country, but not not a lot of international tourists. And yeah, I just have I think that's all the comments here. I don't have anyone on the landing page. Hopefully, if you're watching, hello, you can comment. But yeah. And yeah, I have a question here from Yassine asking if I speak French. I do speak French. Yeah, it's a language I speak fluently. But again, to keep up your practice. But I try my best to improve my languages to reduce cultural misunderstandings. Yeah, language misunderstandings, right? And they're very funny, though, right? That's what Camila says. Misunderstandings are probably the funniest. We call those gaffes. Gaffes. It's Gaffes. A gaffe, a cultural gaffe, is when you make a mistake because you said something wrong. I've done that a lot in every language I've ever learned. And it's funny. You have to also understand that humor is universal. If there's one thing that's very universal about humans, it's laughter and humor. Everybody laughs, everybody thinks things are funny. So I think laughing is a great way to reduce cultural shock, cultural tension. It's good, I mean, most people are just trying to be nice to you, right? Rosa Maria says, I think the most difficult biggest difficulty, because the most difficult thing is to find similarities in customs and etiquette because it has many variants and it's difficult to know all of them. The least difficult, I think, would be the ways of working because you are searching for a result. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I would say that's true. I think the thing about cultural differences with working is not as big as we think it is. I think a lot of it has more to do with communication, language, even customs and etiquette. Ways of working to me is something we can all do better. So Another comment here from Camilla is we feel like a child that is learning from new people. Yeah, well, it's true. It's definitely true. So let's continue here. So again, imagine I'm going to give you a little bit of a cultural sensitive test about let's say United States, right? So this is a culture I know really well. And I grew up in the United States. You know, I'm half American, and again, if you go to the United States for work, again, let's say you're new in town, these things may happen to you. First thing is, right? Your boss starts telling a joke at the end of the meeting. Do you join in or add on to the joke, or just laugh and or smile politely? Again, this is again, we're just that's just a quick question. You can answer it how you think. You know, basically your feeling. um, this is something that happens a lot. It's jokes are a part of American culture, well, any culture, but in business, there's a lot of jokes, and you know, it's interesting because people don't really do that in many other cultures. Um, um, let's see. I have a few comments here from the last questions. Raquel says it depends on how different it is from your country, culture, religion, food. Okay. And Camila says, is asking, can you tell us a tip to learn more languages and don't mix when you talk or think the new language? The only thing you can do is to keep practicing the language. So the more you practice it, the less you'll think in your native language, because you'll start to know, because our brain is very can adapt to the situation, right? If we start to become used to something, we get we develop a habit, we become it becomes easier to speak, right? We just know the right way. It's the same thing with cultural differences. When we learn how cultures are, then we learn how to live and work in those cultures, right? So that's something that is difficult. So I have some people saying, join in, smile a little bit, laugh and smile politely, only smile. Yeah. Okay. Now, this is an interesting thing. So, in the United States, it's probably better to just laugh and smile politely. You could join in if you're, you know, if you're particularly funny or charming. But in the United States, a lot of people, they prefer you to smile or laugh politely, because again, this is about someone being the center of attention. It's your boss, right? And the idea is that is showing respect to your boss, but not trying to, you know, add on to the joke, because your boss thinks this joke is really funny. So if you add on to the joke, your boss will think that maybe you didn't think the joke was funny. So this is something. And if you don't understand, laugh anyways, because it's good for business to laugh at bad jokes. So um, let's see. So number 2, your boss organizes a weekend BBQ. So BBQ is an abbreviation for it's an acronym for barbecue, right? You meet lots of new people. Do you join in or leave as early as you can? We have another verb we use, which is called mingle. Mingle is when you spend a lot of time socializing with people, networking with people, right? Mingle. It's a very good word to learn. Mingle. So mingle. So let's see. No comments yet, but I would like to know, maybe, what do you do in this situation? Again, uh, do you join in? Do you leave as early as you can? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I love going to BBQs, to parties, but if I don't know a lot of people, I typically leave as early as I can. I just go there just to go there and say hi. That's what I do. But actually, yeah. So mingle. I want to write this comment on the YouTube page. Let me just do it one more time. So mingle is a verb, right? To mingle, and this is when you are when you socialize with people, right? You socialize, you network with people. So some people are saying, I join in, leave as early as you can. Okay. So the right answer would be to join in, because if you leave as early as you can, it's okay to leave, before other people. You don't, and here's an interesting thing in the United States. You don't have to say goodbye to anyone. You can say goodbye to the host, e basta. You can just get out of there, right? But it's good to join in and talk to people, just so that people remember that you were there. If you go in and just say hi and then you sit down and just, drink, no one's going to remember you as well as if you went in, and even if you didn't say anything, you were there participating in the discussion. You were laughing, you were people like that in the United States. Yeah, join but don't speak, but don't leave as early as you can. Try to make sure that maybe you mingled with people, right? You made a good impression. This is very important when you do business in America. I think for a lot of cultures, it's very easy to mingle. The Brazilians, for example, Spaniards, you guys like to mingle a lot, to hang out a lot. This is, of course, before the crisis, but yeah, it's a good point. All right, so last question, cultural sensitive test. Your coworkers invite you out for some drinks at a bar after your first week together. Do you accept? So again, this is something that I talk about a lot. That is very different in a lot of cultures. I know that in France, typically coworkers don't do this unless they're celebrating something, or maybe they do it once in a while, but in the United States, right, this is something that people do a lot. Coworkers, your boss might even invite you out for a drink, but at a bar. So for example, do you accept, this is the first week that you're working for this company, and your coworkers invite you out for some drinks at a bar after your first week together. So, what do you do? Okay, Alex is like, yeah, why not? Sashin is no, and Nuria is yes. Okay. So this is one that I think maybe more people would get right. Um, Rosa Maria says first week's very soon, so I would say no politely. Vanessa would say yes. So this depends all on your personality. Maybe you can escape and you can say, I mean, I think it's for me it's a little bit dangerous because it is our first week together. So I think it's too soon, right, to see what to see, for example, like how you are with others, and maybe people might make judgment about you early on. So it's a little bit dangerous. But I will give you the honest answer. If this happens to you, you go to the United States and the first week they do this, just go. Don't worry. But again, don't stay all night, stay there just to mingle and socialize and then leave. It's okay. Just, say, oh yeah, I have to wake up, early tomorrow. I have something organized. You don't have to tell the truth, but it's good to do that. Just have a beer. Don't go crazy, just have a drink and then leave, it's an important thing. A lot of people, though, would not be very comfortable with this. In many societies, the idea of having drinks with your coworkers in the first week is a horror movie scene. So I would say that it really depends, but I would say it's better to say yes than to say no in this situation, because this does mean that your coworkers like you. In fact, if your boss or your coworkers invite you to things in the United States, that means they like you. It does. It means they like you. Even if you're not their favorite, even if you never see them otherwise, if you see them outside of work, that means they like seeing you and they like having you around. And that's a good thing. And that's something you have to say yes to, because that's good for your business in the United States. It's just part of the culture there. So you have to think about this, right? If you are not comfortable with any of these things, maybe think about working in America, right? So, all right, let's move forward because we have just a few more. But again, let's see. So the pros and cons, right? So Whether or not you scored well on the culture sensitivity test, living abroad can be a challenge for anyone. Living abroad comes with amazing pros. Which kinds? There are also cons to living abroad. One of the top reasons is homesickness, right? And homesickness, right, is a great word to learn. When you say, I feel homesick, I feel homesick, right? Again, when you miss home, right? It's like it's something that you really feel like your home is not a part of you, right? You're not part of your home. You need to be come back together. So homesickness is the word. There, every language has their own version of homesickness. It's a very interesting kind of word, and some languages even have some words that mean something where you really miss a place and or you miss something, but you can't explain why. So you have a word for that. Portuguese has the very famous word saudade, which is a very hard word to translate because it doesn't really mean homesickness. It doesn't mean sorrow. It doesn't mean nostalgia. It's a feeling, right? We have languages that represent a feeling instead of a dictionary translation. Um, yeah. So again, I think the pros, right? We kind of talked about that again, but the pros could always be right, learning the new language, learning new perspectives, and also it's just good individually to do this because you do become a stronger person. I think you become a more we call well-rounded person, well-rounded, right? We say that when we're talking about someone that has traveled a lot, has read a lot, right? Has done a lot of things that are, very good for them. So yeah, there are a lot of pros to living abroad, but I think homesickness is the hardest con. If you have another comment about that, you can mention it. We're kind of almost out of time, unfortunately, so I'm going to close it here. In a more connected world, learning how to work with others will make doing business across different cultures easier and more effective. It will also create a world where we celebrate our differences and hopefully adopt, again, using that word, adopt the best of other cultures. We can't completely avoid conflict, but when we improve our communication and our sensitivity to other cultures, we can reduce conflict at its fullest. So again, this is a big yeah. So Alex saying homesick in Spanish is nostálgico. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, that would be a good word to describe it. I think nostalgic, right, is a feeling that's similar in every culture. Um, and yeah, working abroad or working with others. Again, if we improve communication and our sensitivity to other cultures, instead of saying cultural difference, but looking at something a little bit differently, we can help reduce conflict to its fullest. It's true. Yeah. So again, I want to thank you for being here today. You've been a very, very lovely crowd of quite a lot of you watching the video. And again, my name is Adriel. I'm a teacher on italki.com, a professional instructor. I specialize in business English, but I also teach general English and ways to improve pronunciation, grammar, vocabulary, writing, reading, um, fluidity in your conversation. Try to make it as fun as possible. And there are also many other great professional instructors on italki. There are informal tutors, there are language partners, there are wonderful teaching resources made by instructors there and also made by the website. So again, thanks again for being here today. It was really a pleasure to have you all. I will be on italki giving another live stream next week on April 20th. On April 20th. That's going to be so that's going to be in 4 days, next Monday. And that's April 20th at 10:15 a.m. Spanish time. So again, thanks a lot for tuning in again. It's always great to see some familiar faces. There's my link at the bottom of the page if you'd like to take a class together. And otherwise, I wish you the best during your confinement period, during our confinement period. We're all in this together. Wish you plenty of good health, plenty of good wishes, and I wish you also a great rest of your week and a great weekend wherever you are in the world. Okay, thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you so much.
Ayudarte a practicar el idioma que desees aprender. Los usuarios con tiempo libre se mostrarán disponibles para recibir llamadas y de esta forma ganarán recompensas ayudando a otros usuarios. Así es como conectamos personas de forma colaborativa y gratuita en nuestra aplicación. Únete a nuestra comunidad, haz nuevos amigos y mejora en todos los idiomas que quieras. Descarga Lingvi y practiquemos juntos.
Este es Peter. Está aprendiendo chino. Ha intentado estudiar por su cuenta con libros, tarjetas de vocabulario y aplicaciones móviles, pero sigue teniendo problemas para hablar. Esta es María. Le encanta aprender inglés, pero no tiene oportunidades para ponerlo en práctica. Italki y María pueden recibir clases personales online para hablar con fluidez en otro idioma. Tú también puedes aprender un idioma en italki. Empieza hoy en 3 simples pasos. Primero, elige un idioma: inglés, alemán, chino, francés, japonés. Italki tiene profesores para cualquier idioma. Segundo, escoge un profesor. Con Italki puedes escoger entre miles de profesores con experiencia de todo el mundo. De tu lección. El idioma de tu lección.
Hi everyone, it's Vicente and I teach Spanish on italki.com. And today we will be talking about 3 grammar rules to follow when you start learning Spanish. The first one is that, as you have already heard, Spanish verbs are always conjugated. That means that they have to match with the subject of the sentence. For example, there are different pronouns in Spanish. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, vosotros, vosotras, and ellos, ellas, y ustedes. All these pronouns have their own conjugations, and it's very common for beginners to mix them up. So remember this. When you start to conjugate the verbs, they have to match. The second rule is very important as well. The Spanish nouns and adjectives has to be in the same level. Let me explain you this. If you have a noun that is feminine and plural, for example, las mujeres, the adjective that you have to use right after the noun has to be feminine and plural as well. For example, las mujeres españolas. It is the same with the articles las, female and plural. We use this article because it's female and plural. The third rule I already mentioned before, and be careful, English speakers, because the adjectives in Spanish go after the noun, not before like in English. This is very common for students that learn Spanish and already speak or know English. When I say it, las mujeres españolas, españolas is the adjective, and I put it after las mujeres. In English, it would be Spanish woman, but not in Spanish. Okay, there are some occasions where the adjectives go before the nouns. That is true, but normally this use comes out at intermediate level or advanced level, so do not worry when you are a beginner. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe to the italki YouTube channel over here. Take a lesson with me on italki.com by clicking on my teacher profile link in the description. Hasta luego! Hi everyone, it's Vicente and I teach Spanish on italki.com. And today I will be talking about 7 Spanish words that are similar to their English counterpart. These words are also known as cognates. What a cognate is? A cognate is a word that has the same linguistic derivation that another word, and it looks similar, and when you pronounce it, it sounds almost the same. And here, I will give you 7 cognates so you can use them in Spanish as well. The first one is alcohol in Spanish. Guess you know what it means, because it sounds pretty similar than in English, doesn't it? Number 2 is conclusión. This one has a different pronunciation in Spanish, but you will understand definitely when you start learning Spanish. Number 3, hobby. This one is completely similar. We basically took this word from English. Number 4, individual. Of course, it's the same word, just different pronunciation. The next one, number 5, is piercing. Yes, we use this word with the same pronunciation and meaning. Next one, number 6, is informal. I like to use this one in my lessons to explain ways to greet and say goodbye because it's similar in English and is a word that the students understand very quickly. And the last are some words related to sports. If you're learning Spanish and you like sports, you're lucky because most of the words are cognates like football, tennis, baseball, volleyball, hockey, water polo, golf, surf, and so on. As you can see, almost all sports are cognates. So, talking about your hobbies should not be difficult. As you can see, there are many, and I would like to remember you that there are hundreds of cognates, and if you check them, you can be ready to your first Spanish lesson. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the italki YouTube channel for more tips on learning Spanish. Take a lesson with me on italki.com by clicking on my teacher profile link in the description. Hasta luego!
Hi everyone, it's Caroline here and I teach English on italki. Today I am going to be talking about business idioms or idioms you might hear in your office or in your workplace. A student asked me a really good question the other day. He asked me whether, because I'm a native English speaker, do I know every single idiom? And the answer is no. Idioms are phrases or expressions that come from a particular place or a particular age group. So idioms are different in the UK to idioms in the United States. I have chosen 5 business idioms to talk to you about today, and you may hear them in an office in the UK or in the States. So hopefully they will be super useful for you. Idiom number 1 is the big picture. Imagine you go into a meeting and your boss says to you, you've lost sight of the big picture. What does that mean? That means that you are thinking too much about the small details of the project and you are so interested in those little details that you don't remember what it is you're trying to achieve. So always keep sight of the big picture. The second idiom is to go the extra mile. Now imagine you're in an interview and the interviewer says to you that they are looking for someone who always goes the extra mile. What does that mean? Does it mean they want you to run around the office every day? No, it means they want you to do more than just what is in the job description. They want you to go that little bit further and to take on extra responsibilities. That is going the extra mile. The third idiom is a win-win situation. A win-win situation means everybody gains something. A really good example of this is these videos that I'm making for italki. italki gains some content for their website, some lessons for their learners, and I have a platform where students can see me and book lessons with me. It's a win-win. italki wins, and Caroline wins. The fourth idiom is word of mouth. So an example of this is, think about how you found out about italki. Did you find italki by searching on Google, or did you find italki because one of your friends recommended it to you? Recommendations from friends are word of mouth. It can be positive or it can be negative. If your company gets bad word of mouth, it is going to be a very difficult time for your company because people really listen to the opinions of their friends. So make sure whatever you do, you have good word of mouth about it. The fifth and final business idiom is to touch base. My manager used to say this to me a lot. To touch base means to have a very quick and short meeting about a project or something that you are working on. It might only be 5 minutes of your time, but in that time, you will check that your understanding of the project is the same as your manager's understanding of the project. So I have a challenge for you. In your next lesson, I want you to ask your teacher if you can touch base about what you have learned in your lessons so far. This could be 5 minutes at the end of the lesson where you review all of the different subjects that you have been studying. You're touching base about the things you have covered so far. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to italki by clicking somewhere. And you can take a lesson with me by clicking on my teacher profile in the description box. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.
Welcome back to the Stop Being Boring When Speaking English video series. When speaking to native English speakers, it's useful to use a variety of vocabulary and flow.
What do you think it means? I just got John Hancock. Does it mean like wasted?
Certainly not.
Give me an example.
Okay, so can I please have your John Hancock this paper? Come on, you gotta get it now.
Is it your signature?
Yes, you got it! That was easy.
Okay, awesome. Number 1, British. Peak. What does peak mean?
Like, taking a peek.
Do that.
Sorry, that's not. This is taking.
So say you go out one night and you lose your purse, your keys.
Is it like the most horrible situation you can be in?
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, that's so peak. You'd be like, oh yeah. How was your night? It was so peak.
I just got fired. That's so peak.
Exactly. Badness, I guess.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, like say you go to the gym.
Don't answer back with the slang word.
So the just equivalent of jacked would be hench, I think. So someone's like really ripped.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So hench.
Go to the gym, work out a
They're
lot.
like, whoa, look at him, he's so jacked.
We would say hench. Number 2, British. Peng. Peng.
Peng.
Peng. P-E-N-G. Peng.
Like someone being panged on the head with something, or
Just
just
like,
thinking of bang and pang. It's similar, I don't know.
I guess it's a little similar. No.
Give me an example.
Okay, so for example, say you're eating a cake, it's delicious. You can say, oh, this is peng.
Does it just mean delicious?
You could use it in other contexts as
Does it
well.
mean like it hits the spot? You know?
Yeah, but I could also say that your eyes are peng, or a person is peng.
Just mean like extraordinarily awesome?
Basically, if you're talking about a person, you might even say painting.
Painting.
Like he's a painting.
Okay.
This is mostly
So I feel
London.
like he's like a 10.
Yeah, exactly.
So like the top of the top.
Yeah, basically.
Number 3, American. I blew it.
I blew it.
I blew it.
What a nightmare.
Hello. Hi, everyone, and welcome to italki classes this morning. I'm Karen, and I am okay. I hope that you can hear me now. Can you hear me? Let me know. Can you hear me? Please let me know. Okay. Sorry, I don't know why that happens. It suddenly chucks me off. But welcome. It's so good to see you again. Please let me know who you are if you're dialing in, and yeah, if you are from which country. Let me know. I'm from South Africa, from Johannesburg, and we have a lovely cold morning this morning. It's of course quite sunny, but it's quite cold. So we're moving quite rapidly into winter. I hope that you are all ready to revise the pronunciation. We are not going to do much more on this except for some silent letters and some difficult words. And then we will move into collocations on Monday. And then the next days, we will be actually practicing the articles and doing some more collocations. So here we go. Let's go for the I've got to click present, just a moment. And it's loading. And we will do a quick revision. I know that pronunciation needs practice. So here we are practicing the pronunciation, okay? Let me just check. Alex, you're from New York. Okay, so we're looking at British pronunciation. So it might be slightly different, but you can always learn a lot. And Cinzia, it's good to see you again. It's lovely to have you with us. So today we're going to continue practicing consonants, and then the only other thing we'll need to look at is silent letters and very difficult words. And then apart from that, we'll look at collocations, in other words, words that go together. And we'll look at the rules for using the article in English, which is quite extensive, but really, really helpful to make you sound like a natural speaker. And then if we have time and a space and opportunity, we'll look at some other grammar instances yeah, fairly soon. So here we go, our pronunciation consonants. Okay, so this should be fairly easy. For Spanish people, it actually helps you to pronounce your v, okay, because you put your and v, your teeth are on the lower lip. Robert, hello again from Valencia. Your and your v are on the lower lip. And so it really helps. One's a no voice and v is a voice, okay? So foot, food, few, laugh. Okay, repeat after me. Foot, food. Remember the O and the U sound being different. Few, a U sound, U, few, and then laugh. Remember, GH is most often silent. Sometimes got a F sound, but otherwise, that's the main sounds of the GH. Okay. So, again, we're going to move into the V sound. Okay. Touch your lip with your teeth. Again, V. It's not B, it's V. Okay, Spanish people, this is a challenge sometimes, but V, B, V. Okay, V, view. Repeat after me. Vest. Repeat. Good. Cave. Excellent. Shovel. Vendor. Remember your neutral sound. And revving. All right. We are just doing revisions, so these are ones that you've already done. Your okay. Thinking. Thin. Ninth. This is a difficult one. Ninth. Ninth. Thick. And path. All right. So that, remember, you're putting your teeth there and your tongue against your teeth, but air is coming in between. So don't forget the air. No voice. All right. Now, be careful not to push your tongue too hard against your teeth to stop the air, because then it becomes the instead of the. Okay. When we use our voice, we still do the same thing. But a lot of air comes between our tongue and our teeth so that you've got a little vibration. Okay. Let's do that together. Good. Though. Again, your GH is silent. Brothers. Now, for Spanish people, also listen to the A sound. It's not a O, it's a A. Brothers. Good. That. Them. And other. 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 All right. Then the Italian people will get this as Z sound that you've got, but the Spanish people tend to struggle with it. It's like a S, but you put a Z, you put your voice in, and there's more vibration between your tongue and your palate. Don't forget you can't stop the sound. You must keep the vibration going. Z, Z. You're keeping your tongue on the sides of your mouth. They're touching the sides, the top palate of your mouth. Z. But the front is not touching the top. It's going down a bit in the middle of your mouth. Z. Z. All right. So let's try this now. Zoo. Booze. Toes. Remember, we're doing sounds, not spelling. All right. So spelling is very different to sounds because it's English. It's not logical. Okay. We're not logical. Crazy. Crazy. And nose. Remember that your mouth is forming different sounds to normal, so you will find that your muscles are weak in certain areas and that you can't actually form the sounds because the muscles are not exercised in that way yet, unless you have been practicing for a long time. Just remember, your muscles are weak. It's like any exercise. You have to practice and practice in order for your muscles to form the sounds. All right, so shh. Shh. Now this can be a difficult sound. There's no voice. You're just pushing. You're stopping, so it's a bit squishy on the sides of your mouth. Shh. So you're squishing the sides of your mouth down so that the sounds don't come out the sides of your mouth. It must go out the front. Shh. And your tongue, here's your teeth, and your tongue goes about there between the two. But at the top, where your palate is, your tongue does touch on the sides. It curls a little bit round. Shh, shh. Okay, so you're pushing a little bit of air through that tiny space between your tongue and your palate. There's a little tube, a passage. Shh. And even your lips form. I'm going to exaggerate, like a fish. Okay. Please do ask questions. I love questions. And please do ask me to repeat things. Please do ask me to explain things. Please do ask me to slow down if I need to. So yeah, let's do that now. Shirt. Shirt. And your t is quite airy. It's not t. There's a t. Okay, we'll come to that in a moment. Shirt. Intention. The T-I-O-N, shin. Passion. Tension. And push. Right, remember it's a revision. So we're going faster than we normally do. Right, now the zh sound is like sh, but put a voice into it. Zh, sh, zh. Let's do that again. Sh, zh. Okay, well done. So television. Good. Casual. Casual. It's not casual, it's casual. 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 Jouer. Jouer. Casual. Okay. Good. So we don't have too many sounds like that. One sound, let me do that here while I remember. One sound I haven't written down is the x sound, the x or the ks sound. So let's do that. X, x. All right, there's no voice to it. And then when you have a word like tasks, T-A-S-K-S, you have tasks. And yes, we do say all of it. Tasks. All right. Alex, how are you finding the pronunciation? It's very different, I'm sure. All right. Now we have H. All right. We do say our H's and we don't say them. We say just, it's like you're breathing onto a glass to clean it. All right. Hot. Habit. Repeat after me. Hello. And then inhale. Can you hear it? I'm exaggerating, but I hope you can hear it. We are going very quickly because we have done this before. So just repeating and helping you because I know how difficult pronunciation can be. Okay. Cheese, a ch sound. T. It's like a t, but you don't say the t. T, ch, ch, ch. So it's almost like you're starting to say t, but then you say ch. All right? Ch. Cheese. I love cheese, but I can't eat it because it produces too much phlegm. Choose. If I could choose, I would definitely end the lockdown. watch, watch, and church. 2 ch's, church. Good. Now we come to the j sound. It's like you put a kind of a d sound before, but j, j. Can you hear it? J, j. So it's like you're saying d, but then you go into another sound, j. Okay? So you do actually have this sound in Spanish and Italian, so I'm going to go quite quickly. It's spelled differently, obviously, but joy, jelly, trudge, to walk very heavily, edge. The lockdown is definitely going to drive some people over the edge. Right, now I'm just going to swap screens, just a moment. Going to swap to the next tab, and here we go. Good. Oh, great. Sorry, I have no idea why my Chrome decided to shut down. It wasn't happy with me moving so quickly. So I'll mention something else about English. Okay, you will see that British people don't tend to use their hands. Americans do a little bit more. But if you see someone speaking English and using their hands, they're most likely to be very South African. Okay, we don't use it in the same way as Italians. We kind of a little more fluid. Our gestures don't mean anything, but we are quite expressive with our hands. When I was in London, I'll tell you a little story. I used to stand at the tube station, and everybody was dressed the same. Okay, so the fashion sense was completely the same. Everybody was wearing this monochrome business type affair. And I used to look at people and the way they use their hands, I could tell they were South African. From 30 or 40 or 50 meters away, I would go up to them to check, and there we are. We would have a South African at the end of those moving hands. So yeah, we can actually tell. Here we go. Now I'll be able to do this again. Let's check. Okay, so 2, here we are. Sorry about this. Technology is not the best always, so there you go. Let's try. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here I'm going to present, and we should be able to get to where I want you to be. There we are. I have a few seconds to go. Sorry about that, everybody. It gets challenging at the best of times. Yeah, getting there. It's just slow today. Everywhere, the internet seems to be extraordinarily slow. Okay. Here we go. Finally. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Now, I'm going to go into the t sound. All right. T. Okay. It's not t. Okay. It's not t. It's t. Make it a light t. Now, t. Put a lot of air into it. Don't put on the top of on the palate. Your tongue goes up to the palate. Don't put your tongue too closely to the palate. Don't squash it against the palate. Just lightly hold it and allow some air to go through, so that you're saying t, t. Okay. We don't want our t to be too strong, but we do also want it to be. We don't want the air to stop. So you must let the air go through between the tongue and the palate. Let's practice. T, t, t. It's kind of blow air through. T. Okay? I'm sure you've got it. I'd love to be able to hear you, but of course we can't do that on a live stream. It would be really useful. Anyway, tight. Tight. Again, the GH is silent, but it changes the letter, the vowel before. Tight. Tall. He's very tall. Tatters. His garments were in tatters. I hope you've got that. We're going to go to the next slide. Pin. Pin. Now here, Spanish people, it's very useful if you first do this exercise. Okay, so some of you have got the P. It depends on where you are from, where you're from in Spain. But the P can be sometimes difficult. So let's just do that exaggerated. Pop, pop. Okay, for the Russian people, it would be making it softer. I just want you to make it louder for a few seconds. Pop, pop. Good. Now, just blow the air out. It's an explosive sound. It's not a long sound, it's a quick sound. Okay? Right. I've exaggerated it for effect. And now, what I'd like you to do is say pin, pin. So slightly softer, keep it softer, but you must say p, p. Blow the air out, blow it out. P. Cap, cap. Can you see you can hardly hear the P at the end, but it is a popping sound. P. Cap. If you don't say the P, people can hear it. So do practice this. Then paper. If you need to practice the popping sound, then say p, paper. All right? But paper, paper. Right, now let's go to the next slide. Now here is a very important slide, the one that you may struggle with at some stage. Okay. Right, I'm just looking for it here. Remember the V is got open mouth. It's got the tongue on the teeth. B, and I know Spanish people have a challenge because you don't have the two different sounds. So we're going to try and do this. I don't know why my B has disappeared off the top of the screen, but there we go. B, B. Let's practice again. It's not P, it's B, B. But not too long. B, B, B. All right. Bag. Bubble. Rob. Okay. Then door. We're going to the D sound now. Next. D. Door. Dad. Plod. He plods along. He walks, but kind of like with kind of, it's just lazy way of walking, really. Puddle. He stepped into a puddle with his galoshes and splashed everybody. The dull sound, I'd like you to practice the dull sound. Here we're going for it again. Dull, puddle, dull, dull, dull. Okay, so we don't go dull, we go dull, dull. It's a combination sound, dull. It's very quick. Okay, cuddle, cuddle. Canoe, canoe. That's excellent. Stick, stick. And sock, sock. All right. I think the K sound is fairly easy for you. I think the G sound is a little bit more difficult. Okay, so we don't say g, we say g. Quite quick. We keep it quick. We keep our consonants short. All right, g. If anyone wants me to repeat, please tell me. Let me know how you're doing. Are you managing? Is it getting easier? I certainly hope so. For those of you who've been here several days, I hope it's a lot clearer. And you've got a more clear and open sound. English is an open sound language. Okay, so yeah, and with lots of air. You know, I think I mentioned this before. They used to make you practice with stones in your mouth so that you'd have a very open sound. But that's dangerous because you can swallow the sounds. So then they began with marshmallows, but that's disgusting. It's just revolting. So just practice without those things, without those things in your mouth, without anything in your mouth. Just open your mouth, okay? All right, green, green, gag. Our government gives gag orders for people who provide false information on the coronavirus. They're not allowed to speak. A gag order is when somebody's not allowed to speak or publish something. Gauge, so gag and then gauge. Gauge, here you get the j again, gauge, all right? All right, for some Spanish people, this is going to be difficult. The M sound, okay? Some can say it very well, but some don't. So especially at the end of the word. So let's practice this really, really, really well. Mud, mud. And again, our D is not D, it's D. Okay, very soft, mud. English is a language of sort of, if you speak it, you can think of doing ballet. It's very light and it's not heavy on the landing. It's not heavy up. It's quite light and airy. Mud. So just bring ballet. Let your tongue do some ballet. Okay. All right. Dam. Say the M now. Dam. 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 There was too much water in the dam. Pummel. She really pummeled him when she was angry with him. Sorry, that's should be sound off. Let me switch that off. Okay. And the next one, again, some Spanish speakers struggle with this sound at the end of a word. So let's just practice. It's not a nasal sound, okay? So it's not all right? It does not go through your nose. It goes out your mouth. So practice pushing the N down, all right? Down and out, okay? So put the, where your tongue and your palate are, put your tongue just behind the teeth, not on your teeth. Push hard up, and push the sound towards that tongue and then out. Good. Okay. So tune, I'm exaggerating. We don't say tune, we say tune. Tune. Now at the beginning of the word is easier. Nod. Nod. And nobody. Nod. Nobody. A slight, if you put your finger in front of your nose, you'll see that a slight bit does come out your nose. N, but very little. Okay, the main sound actually comes out of your mouth. Right, now here we get our lovely sound. It's rather difficult to describe how to do this. For Spanish people and for Italian people, I think it can be quite difficult. So it's not nga. Shame. Yeah, from Spanish, it's very difficult to Mariscal. It's very difficult to speak English, I know. And it depends on the region as to what your actual issue is. So I hope this will really, really, really help you and will help you to change your pronunciation. Okay, you can at the end of this lesson rewind the tape, or it might be only at 12 o'clock. I'm not entirely sure, but you can rewind and you can actually go and practice again. Okay, I'm doing revision, so it's a faster lesson than it was previous lessons. So just look at my 4 previous lessons and you can actually go through it slower. But or else what you can do is at the end, you'll see my italki number. You can go onto italki and book a lesson with me to chat through real difficulties in speaking. Is a palate sound, okay? Is a palate sound. You know, you kind of send it partly through your nose, but also you're trying to vibrate the sound through your palate. Okay? It's, you can see my mouth is open, but my nothing's coming through my mouth. Here, it's, you can feel through your nose, okay? And the sound kind of goes through the back and into your palate and your nose and out. All right. It's your tongue is fairly flat. It's very difficult to understand. Try and vibrate your palate and we'll see if that really works. Okay. It's sorry. It's one of the difficult. It's even more difficult than the sound for many speakers. Not for the Chinese, but for many of the European languages. Okay, so song, not songa. Song. This is not on your screen, by the way. Sung, past tense of sing, or sang. He had sung. Okay, it's actually pluperfect. He had sung. He sang, past tense. He had sung. Not nga. All right, stop it there before you go on to the g. Pretend that there's no g there. It will help you. Ringing. The bells are ringing. The bells ring on Easter Day. King. All right, are you with me? I hope so. I hope that was helpful for this difficult sound, but we won't practice it too long. We'll carry on to the next slide. This is the yes sound. That's how you write it in the phonetic pronunciation. Yeah. So yellow. Also yacht or whatever, yogurt, all those yeah sounds. I think it's fairly easy for the Spanish and Italian people. Yellow. Usual. Usual. Sorry. Usual. And then tune. Tune. Can you hear the yes sound in tune? Sometimes now, I want to say that very seldom, almost never, our letter U is almost never pronounced as an U. Okay, Spanish people and Italian people, very important, almost never pronounced as an U. You would say U or A. Yeah, U or A. Okay. Sachin, yes, I understand from India or Pakistan or somewhere. Or where are you living right now? Your sing is originally from India, but you might be in Spain right now or the US. I don't know. Okay. When you improve your pronunciation, people understand you even more. So yes, you can speak with an accent, nobody minds. But when you do improve your accent, it really, really helps. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. India, you are from India. I thought so. Well, welcome to our channel. And yeah, I hope you're all well in your homes and that you are keeping really well. Which city are you from? Sachin or Sakin? I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I am not India and I haven't lived in India, or I haven't engaged with sufficient Indians to know how to pronounce names. Yeah. All right, let's go on to the w sound. The w sound. Walk. Walk. Delhi. You're from Delhi. That's really, really nice. I don't know India at all. I must admit, I've never been there. And yeah, I really haven't got enough of a feel or an understanding of India. A very complex nation to be able to comment on India. Yeah, so sorry about that, Sakin. But Delhi, yeah, I just know that there's a lot of people there. That's all I know. And that, yeah, so fantastic that you've joined us, though. Thank you so much. It's lovely to have you. Right, walk. All right, walk. Where? It's a very soft sound. Where? You can, and often you will need the sound for when you pronounce your O. You need often need the formation of your mouth forms that even if you don't say the W sound after your O. It's a very soft W at the end of O. Can you see? I'm exaggerating my mouth form, obviously, just to W, like you're kissing a baby. W. So let's do walk again. Again, your silent letter L. And then worry. And then tow. The truck had to tow me because my car was broken down. All right, now we're going to do our L and L sound and L. L. Okay, so one is where you have you release the sound at the end, and one is where you close off the sound at the end. L and L. L and L. Okay, you stop it there. You don't open it up. So litter. The cat had a litter of kittens. The dog had a litter of puppies. Remember, your is always a weak form. It's not the ever stressed. Litter. Law. Pall. A pall hung over the room. Chill. Let's chill and have English lessons. Don't concentrate too hard. Oh, come on. I think that's the last one of those. I'm going to now go to difficult words, challenging words. Just a moment. I want to change my formation here. All right, so here we are. We are going to stop the screen and go on to another one. And I'll go slowly this time in the hopes that Google will allow me to go on to it quite slowly. All right, let's hope. I'm going to close a couple of tabs just in case. And there we are. Let's hope it does it properly. We're going to, it's challenging words, words that are difficult to pronounce. Okay. And it's taking its time. And here we go. We are presenting finally. Okay. Here we go. Our internet is wonderfully slow this morning. I have no idea why. I'm just hoping that we Yeah. So, Sakin is asking me if I've ever come to Delhi. No, as I say, I know nothing about India. I've never been. And maybe one day in the future, if we're able to travel, it would be nice. But yeah, so far I haven't been there. Okay, all right. So we're now dealing with challenging pronunciation, okay? Things that even English people sometimes struggle with, okay? All right. Sorry guys, I'm not sure what's going on here. I need to get back to there we are, my video. All right, so equipment, equipment. So I haven't done the QU sound, but it's just fairly easy, okay? Quick, quiet, quite. It's fairly easy. The QU sound is always a k-w sound. Equipment. And remember your int, your mint is your unstressed sound, the sound. All right, equipment. All right, now I've said to you, never say the G with the NG word, and now I'm going to break the rule, okay? So here we are. Here's the difference, okay? When your word ends in an NG, you never say the G. So long, strong, etc. Just like we've done before. However, if there's an ER, you would say longer. So this is slightly easier for you to pronounce, isn't it? Longer, longer. It's still the but there you go. You can slip into a G. It's so nice. Stronger, stronger. Good. Then anger. You can see anger. Angry. Again, angry. Finger. Okay. Now we're going to go on to a difficult word that is NG, but it's a normal NG. But people find it a little bit difficult to say because of the SK. Okay? So here it's the SK that's at issue because it's ask, asked, asking. Can you do that? Ask-ing. Asking. The emphasis is on are. Then asked. Okay, I can certainly repeat equipment for you, Rotio. I think I can't remember how to pronounce it, sorry. Equipment. Equipment. Probably Rosio or something like that. Equipment. 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 It's quite quick. Equipment. It's not but Okay, so slightly longer than Equipment. Okay. I hope we can get that equipment. Good. I'll go back down to asking or asked. All right. It's a T sound. Often the D at the end is a T sound. Asked. And here the E before the D is not pronounced. Remember, unless it's a TED or DED, the E at the end. Rosio. Good. the D at the end is the E at the end is not pronounced. So dreaded, but asked or tasked. Okay, let's now that we've done ask, let's do task again. Tasks. Okay, tasks. Tasks. It's because the s before the x is quite difficult. So let's do it again. Tasks. Are you having a laugh at yourselves? Tasks. Okay, well done. Management. Why we say E, I don't know. We say management, management, and that's even in the UK, management, management. Or manage, manage. We don't say manage, we say manage, manage, management. All right, and then some people, just to practice the str sound, str, it's 3 consonants together, 3 consonant sounds together, str, straight, straight, straight. All right. Okay, then I've got a fantastic word for you. We leave the N out of the first N of government out of this. So where there's an N before an M, you always leave out the N in pronunciation. Okay, let me repeat that. Where there's an N before an M, okay, the reverse of how it is in the alphabet, you do not say the N. Okay, so government, we never say government, we say government. Even slowly, the government, we never say the first N. Government. So you can rejoice. That's something that's made easier for you by our lazy way of speaking. Okay, however, the M before the N, you always say. Okay, so if it's how you say it in the alphabet, the order, M before N, you always say both letters, both consonants. Omnipresent, omnipresent. Okay, second, you want me to repeat straight. I won't go back to the slide, just straight, A sound, T at the end, straight, 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 straight. Can you manage that? Straight, stir, 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 straight, straight. Okay. Now I'll come back to omnipresent. Pleasure. Now omni, you can see it's a prefix. Omni, omni, you're stressing one part of it, but your second word, you're also stressing part of it because when you have a suffix and a word, you stress both the suffix or part of the suffix and something in the word, okay? Unless it's en, unless it's en. The exception to the rule is en, all right? So omnipresent, omnipresent. Can you hear it? Omnipresent, omnipresent. Okay, we need the rhythm in the English language, not as strongly as Italian and possibly even Spanish, but we need a certain level of rhythm. Okay, then Japan, Japan, Japan. I don't know why people find that difficult, but they do. Japan. Remember your sound, it's an open mouth, wide mouth sound. It's a smiley sound. Japan, all right, Japan. So if you smile when you say your sound, you're more likely to get it right. Japan. Good. Good. Staff. Staff. Good. Again, some people struggle with the ST sounds, staff. Okay. World. Okay. Here for Spanish people and Italian people, the sound is a little difficult. World, 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 world. So in America, they say world, okay, which I don't know if it makes it more easy or not, but in British pronunciation, it's world, world. Omnipresent means present everywhere, okay, present everywhere in all corners of the universe and all corners of the earth. Thank you for asking for a definition. That's great. World. Let's practice world. World. Okay. Then process. Okay. This is something I came up with when I do pronunciation. I pick up the words that people struggle with in Spanish, particularly from Spanish people or Italian people. I put them into the yes, coronavirus. Yeah. Well, the coronavirus is not omnipresent in the universe, but it's certainly very present in our world. Okay. Just yeah. Okay. World. World. Pro. Okay. Again, the O, not pro, O. Can you hear the difference now? Process. I know some of you are saying process, okay? That's American. Process. O, process. And sometimes it can be difficult to say the S and S sound again. Ses, ses, okay? Se, se, process. Good. Average. Average. Again, your AGE being an I sound. Average. Manage. Remember? Average. Then during. All right. You can say during. It's very, very formal. But when we're speaking, you'll often just hear J. J sound. During the epidemic. During our lifetime, we never thought we'd face something like this. We thought our world was progressing. Little did we know. That's an idiomatic expression to say that we didn't know very much. Okay. Then here, I know how you Spanish people want to pronounce it, but it's not U, okay? It's U. Popular. Pu, put the Y in it, the yes sound in it, sorry. The yes sound, popular. Okay, and remember the unemphasized sound is the sound, so just keep it popular. Popular. Again, practicing your P, popular. Look. Look. And here, it's not Luke, it's a O sound. Now, this is where you can bring your O sound, okay, to the double O. Look and book and cook. All right. Now here, Spanish people and, all of you, please take note. Even Russian people, Italian people, we have a sound which, listen to the length of the sounds, please write it down. It's very important because they can be very mixed up. Okay, so we have a leaf from the tree. All right, leaf, E, leaf. Okay, let's just go down one. And we're going to go to the second word, live. I live in Johannesburg. Okay, so leave, live, leave, live, leave, live. Can you hear the difference now? Leave, live. Okay, good. The EA gives you a clue because it is lengthened. Okay. Then leave and leave. I leave the room. I leave the room. Okay. Leave the room. No, second, we have a lot of Spanish people and a few Italians. And we have someone from India, which is really nice. I'm not sure if we have any Russian people. So the leaf from the tree, leave, is I leave the room. Okay. Then life, I sound, life, my life is worth a lot to me. My life. Then again, I'm going to repeat this. Live, live. And alive, alive, I've. Life, alive, life, alive. And in the middle, you've got live. Okay, I understand. Let's go through them again because that can be very confusing. Leaf, leave, life, live, alive. Sorry, I hope you've got that. Okay, then harsh, the sh sound. Start, art. Okay. Law, w sound at the end. Not so much a w sound, but more of a formation of your mouth into the w sound without saying it too strongly. Law, raw, saw. Okay, then patience, again, sh, s. All right, patience, patience, patience. Shunts, yeah, shunts. Okay, indemnity, indemnity. Good, indemnity, good. Right. And then now we have PS words. We don't say the P, hooray! You don't have to say something, it's quite a lazy language. Pseudonym, pseudonym. False name, pseudonym. Psychiatrist. And pneumatics spread, somehow fell off the bottom there. Okay. Okay, Rocio, goodbye. It was lovely having you, and it was lovely having everybody. We nearly finished. X sounds, lax, packs. Lax, packs. Penguin. All right, some people, for some reason, can't say the gw sound, gwyn. I think the Italians should be able to say that quite fairly easily, possibly even the Spanish. The sixth. Okay, this is very difficult because it's a x and then a th sound. Sixth, sixth. Squirrel, square, square. Per is because it's from the Greek sakin. Per is silent before an N or an S because it's from the Greek and it's not a natural English spelling. Squirrel, squirrel. Anemone. Many people get that wrong. They can't quite remember. N first, m, then second your M, and then your another N. Anemone. Comfortable. Okay, so it's not comfortable, it's comfortable. Comfortable. All right. So now, just let me check something. Comfortable. All right. I'm going to do one word. Let's just do the months quickly. January, So not January, but Jan-u-ri, okay? January, January. And then February, not February, February, February. Okay, who knows why? Don't ask me. Okay, February. I'm going to have to stop there, everybody. So if you, I'm really glad you joined us from all over the world. It's fantastic. If you want to book a lesson, please go to italki.com/teacher/5666908 and book a lesson with me. It's been really good to chat with you today. It's been fantastic, and goodbye. I hope to see you next time when we discuss collocations, and then we're going to the articles, the English articles, the, an, or no article. So thank you very much, everybody, and goodbye. Wrong one. Yeah.
Say like, I didn't make it into school. So my parents will not be proud of me. I blew it.
Yeah, but you rocked up late to work. Nobody ever knew that.
I'm never late.
Number 3, British. Having a mare. Having a mare.
Having a mare. A nightmare. Like, horrible, real nightmare. In reality, basically.
Very good. That's exactly
That
it.
was a lot easier than that.
Yeah, well, I thought I'd go with you. Having a mare? You were having a mare before.
I was having a mare
Yeah.
before, not understanding anything she was saying.
Yeah, exactly. So there you have it. There's our British and American slang. That's what you thought of it. Did you understand it? And we'll see you next time.
My name is Vũ Nguyễn. Tên tôi là Vũ Nguyễn. It's really amazing thing for me. From italki, I can meet people around the world, and they can give me more energy to live and more inspiration to live the world also. Very magical, yeah. When I can go on lesson and I feel that I'm doing a very good job, and then working at home is a very wonderful thing. I think that I can do it, and I'm doing something here. I think that I can say idea and talk with people. That is the first motivation for me to come here. The second thing that I can have some money for my life to make my life become better and more comfortable. It's very wonderful website of italki because italki is the connection between every people in the world with each other. There are many purposes for us to learn a new language. Innovation is the most important. Not only study language, but also sharing idea and culture and everything else in the life. And through the learning and teaching, and we can share more idea and we can share our life better. You know that because each person have their own experience and their own knowledge and their own way of living, And when we meet new people, and we think that we are discovering a new universe, a new area, or something like that.
So it's wonderful that we have this to just learn from each other. But if you at least just learn a language and expose yourself to a second culture, not only do you understand that culture better, but you understand your own culture better. And if most people just did that and were talking openly and honestly about themselves and other people, I don't think there would be any diversity problems. Because we're all learning from each other.
He is a very good student. He studied very well. He just learned for, he just only studied for 1 month, but now he can speak very much Vietnamese. Later on, the student and the teacher can meet in a different country, and then the relationship become very good. We drink coffee together, and we go and I ride a motorbike, and I take them along somewhere beautiful together. And we talk together, and then they come back to their country, and we become teacher and student again. We study again. Yeah.
The number of refugees worldwide has reached historic levels as tens of millions of people seek asylum from conflicts in their home countries. Even for those able to reach countries willing to take them in, rebuilding their lives and careers in unfamiliar societies often proves challenging. For one group of refugees living in Istanbul, teaching online Arabic lessons to students across the world has offered a way to overcome these obstacles and establish new hope. As well as earning income, they have been able to share their experiences, cultures and backgrounds, creating meaningful relationships with students.
My name is Rahaf and I'm from Latakia, Syria. Previously, I had a normal but busy life.
My name is Abdullah and I'm a Syrian guy from Homs, the capital of Egypt.
Hello, my name is Amr. I'm on italki. I'm from Egypt.
Hi, I'm Hussam. I'm from Syria, Al-Hasaka, and I'm the teacher on italki now.
3 years ago, I came to Turkey, to Istanbul. Many challenges. In one time, leaving a country is not, or leaving your home. This is one, it's like fish out of the group.
I mean, yeah, but the challenge that my career is almost dead. This is the only challenge now. It's because you can just be wherever and get online and start your class.
What italki offered me is like new students I have never met from another continent, way far from me. Once they want to like learn my language, I feel like this is like, I feel sometimes emotional.
italki, Bessa College and NGO Small Projects Istanbul are working together on this project.
It's important for people to kind of see and get to know someone who's experiencing a difficult time or who has had a difficult past, and to just remember people are people are people. We need to remember that we have a shared humanity, and I think that gets lost a lot in the media or in the news.
I'm teaching Arabic for first-year students of Arabic in America. We both enjoy teaching and learning online. It's an amazing experience for me as a teacher. I find it so helpful for me, also for the students.
Going into it, people might like have these assumptions that you're supposed to like learn something about refugees or like understand something new. But I think it's like most valuable to realize that like you're not really learning anything new other than that like this is like just another person just like you.
My tutor, Mohammed, was like so nice and so willing to work with my level of speaking and comprehension.
At the beginning, teaching online was a new experience for me, and it had a lot of challenges, but now I'm used to it. And honestly, I'm enjoying teaching Arabic on italki.
I care now. I care more. I care more about the language. I care more about my students. Teaching Arabic is something valuable for me. Maybe give me hope or home. It's reward for me.
Hi, I'm a language learning app.
Can we move on?
This is a dog.
I don't have a dog.
Repeat after me. This person eats bread.
I want to practice English for my job interview.
Incorrect. You haven't reached this lesson yet. Now repeat after me. This person eats bread.
Fine. This person eats bread.
That's better. Moving on.
¿Cansado de aplicaciones de idiomas inflexibles? Usa italki para aprender como tú quieras aprender y estudiar cualquier idioma con nativos.
Meet Peter. He's learning Chinese. He was studying on his own with textbooks, flashcards, and apps, but is still having problems with basic conversation. This is Maria. She loves learning English, but with italki, Peter and Maria are able to get personal online lessons to help them become fluent in a foreign language. You can start learning a language on italki today. Just follow these 3 simple steps. 1. Select the language. English, Spanish, Chinese, French, Japanese. italki has teachers for every language. 2. Select the teacher. With italki, you can choose from thousands of experienced teachers from all over the world. And 3. Schedule a lesson. Online language lessons are the next best thing to living in a foreign country. With italki, you'll have a personal language teacher and real conversations with native speakers. Every day, thousands of people are connecting to international teachers through italki. Find a teacher today and become fluent in a foreign language.
Hi, my name's Tom. I'm from the US, I'm a chemical engineer, and I'm passionate about language learning. I use italki to learn 8 languages to a conversational level. I grew up in Colorado, where I was exposed to different cultures, which cultivated my interest in languages. One of the first languages I became conversational in was Norwegian. I decided to book a trip to Norway. To prepare, I found a group class with around 7 people. Not only were they extremely expensive, it was around $40 to $50 per lesson, but progress was also frustratingly slow due to the size of the class. I heard about italki from a positive review from a famous polyglot. I was amazed to discover that I could learn any language I want, one-on-one, and for the fraction of the price as offline classes. I thought, how is this even possible? I immediately signed up with 2 teachers in Norwegian. One teacher, we would have conversation lessons and go through a textbook, and with the other teacher, we would go through worksheets and chat about random things. So essentially, I structured the classes in a way that would suit my own learning style, which never would have happened without italki. Within a year, I was relatively fluent in Norwegian. I was so happy I could actually go to the country and use the language in a practical setting. And the best part is that I really enjoyed the learning process. I thought, why stop there? I picked up Italian and mixed my interest in Italian cooking with lessons on italki. After learning Italian for a year and going to northern Italy, I was able to easily get around and communicate with people. I then decided to set myself a personal goal of passing an advanced Italian exam, and my teacher on italki helped me to achieve this. I was hooked. I'd found the ultimate formula for learning a language from scratch and staying motivated. I would book a holiday in a new country in 1 year's time so that I could put the language into practice. I did the same with Japanese, French, German, Russian, Czech, and Hungarian, and even explored Chinese, Thai, Serbian, Farsi, and Sicilian. From this process, I made so many valuable friendships and connections that has improved not only my communication, but also my confidence. Whether I'm watching the news in German, reading about Italian politics, speaking to my cats in Norwegian, on the phone to my friends in Bergen, or watching fitness and nutrition videos in Czech, I find a way to get at least some practice of one of the languages every day. I found the best way to stay motivated is to align my interests.
皆さん、こんにちは。あつこです。Hello, everyone. Thank you for visiting my class. I'm Atsuko, Japanese teacher living in Bangkok, Thailand. Hola, soy Atsuko. No soy Atsuko, sino Atsuko. Bienvenido a mi clase de japonés. This class is designed for those who don't have any experience of studying Japanese, so you can understand everything. Don't worry, just enjoy. Today, I introduce some basic vocabulary of the things that we use in our daily life, and basic phrases, question words, and numbers. Okay, let's get started. Okay, now let's begin from the vocabulary. This is CD, but in Japanese, pronunciation is CD. CD. In Japanese language, we don't have C, so we pronounce CD. Okay, next one, camera. Camera is camera. Camera. We use R, but we don't pronounce like R in Japanese. In Japanese, we don't have ra, ri, ru, so we pronounce this like L in English. So this is camera. Okay. Car. Kuruma. Watch clock. 時計 bag カバン Okay, this one is from English. Card. Yes. 机 机 Chair is 椅子 椅子 Newspaper. 新聞 新聞 Business card. 名刺 名刺 Japanese people love to exchange 名刺 Dictionary. 辞書辞書 Key. 鍵鍵 Umbrella. 傘傘 TV. テレビテレビ In Japanese, we don't have V in English, so we pronounce like B. B. Radio. ラジオラジオ We don't have D, so we pronounce like G. ラジオ Book. 本 Magazine. 雑誌雑誌 Notebook. ノートノート This bar means long vowel. ノート Yes. Next. Computer. Computer or パソコンパソコン Pasokon is abbreviation of personal computer. Pasokon. I love this. チョコレートチョコレート靴靴ネクタイネクタイワインワイン The next one is currency. Not yen, but yen. Yen. Dollar. ドルドルユーロユーロ Okay, let's check from the beginning. Again, please repeat after me. CD カメラ 車、時計、カバン、カード、机、椅子、新聞、名詞、辞書、鍵、傘、テレビ、ラジオ、本、雑誌、ノート、パソコン、チョコレート、靴、ネクタイ、ワイン、円、ユーロ、ドル。Okay. Next, the name of the various countries. Many of the words are from English, so it's not so difficult. Japan, 日本、Spain. Look at this. In Japanese, we don't have double consonant, no tenemos consonantes compuestas. So not SP, SUP. Consonant always have vowel. Spain, Spain. France. This F is different from English. We don't touch. No friction. And not FR. We don't have double consonants. So FUR, France. Okay, next one is very different from English. イギリス、イギリス。This word is not from English but German. ドイツ、ドイツ。イタリア、イタリア。スイス、スイス。アメリカ、アメリカ。Okay, this word is not from English. We originally have Japanese word. China is 中国、中国。Okay. Then next, language, language. Japanese language. This is Japanese language. Japan, country is 日本、日本。And when we talk about language, add 語 after the name of the country. 日本語 is 日本語。Then how about bonjour, bonjour. フランス and add 語。フランス語、フランス語。Then how about hola, hola, la lengua española is スペイン語、スペイン語。ね。Then how about ciao, ciao. チャオはイタリア語。にハオ、にハオ。Chinese. China is 中国。So Chinese language is 中国語。Then English, English. English is not イギリス語、not アメリカ語。No, we have another word. English は英語、英語。Okay. Okay, then let's make sentences using this vocabulary. Okay, look at the worksheet. The car has a camera. The camera is at her side. So she says, this is a camera. In Japanese, this is これ. And camera is カメラ in Japanese. So this is camera is. Now X is これ. Y is カメラ. これはカメラです。これはカメラです。Okay. Then look at number 2. The car is far from them. あれ That is あれ That is the car. Car is 車 in Japanese. So the sentence is あれは車です。あれは車です。Okay. Number 3. The clock is at boy's side. Okay. When it's your side, she says それ ね. And clock is 時計 in Japanese. So the sentence is それは時計です。それは時計です。Okay. Number 4, this is a card. This. So the card is at guard's side. She says これこれはカードです。これはカードです。Okay, then please make sentence about number 5. The desk is far from both of them. So we use this. And desk is 机. Sentence is あれは机です。あれは机です。Number 6. This is a newspaper. This is a newspaper. Newspaper is 新聞 in Japanese. これは新聞です。Number 7. Business card is at the listener's side. それは名詞です。Okay. Number 8. That. これそれあれ Which one? あれは椅子です。あれは椅子です。Number 9. This is a dictionary. これは辞書です。Number 10. これ、それ、あれ？それですね。それは鍵です。11. That. あれはテレビです。あれはテレビです。Last one. Back is listener's side. それはカバンです。それはカバンです。Okay, then look at number 1 again. はい。これはカメラです。And this isn't a radio. This isn't a radio. Radio はラジオ。これはラジオ。Negative form. Negative form of this is じゃありません。Oh, it's very different, but this is negative form of this. So the sentence is これはラジオじゃありません。これはラジオじゃありません。Okay, Okay, then look at number 2. That isn't a bus. That isn't a bus. Bus is バス in Japanese too. Okay, let's make a sentence. That isn't a bus. あれはバスじゃありません。あれはバスじゃありません。Number 3. That isn't a camera. That isn't a camera. それはカメラじゃありません。それはカメラじゃありません。Okay. Then next question. Look at number 1 again. Is this a camera? Is this a camera? Question is これはカメラですか？これはカメラですか？ Add か in the end of the sentence and the intonation is up. これはカメラですか？ Then how about number 2? Is that a car? Is that a car? That あれですね。あれは車ですか？あれは車ですか？ Number 3. Is that a watch? Is that a watch? Is that a clock? Is that a clock? それは時計ですか？ Okay, then let's check the answer. Look at number 1 again. When I ask you, これはカメラですか？これはカメラですか？ The answer is yes. Do you know how to say yes in Japanese? Yes ははい。はい。これはカメラですか？はい。カメラです。はい。カメラです。Number 2. あれは車ですか？あれは車ですか？はい。車です。Okay. じゃあ Number 3. それはラジオですか？それはラジオですか？ The answer is no. No. Okay. No is いいえ。いいえ in Japanese. いいえ it's not a radio. いいえ、ラジオじゃありません。いいえ、ラジオじゃありません。時計です。Okay. Okay, let's check the answer again. When the answer is yes, はい、車です。はい、カメラです。Or, はい、そうです is also okay. This so is like so in English. Yes, that's right. When the answer is no, いいえ、ラジオじゃありません。いいえ、カメラじゃありません。Or, いいえ、違います is also okay. 違います means that's wrong. It's incorrect. Okay? Okay, then let's practice question and answer. Number 4. じゃあ、これはカードですか？これはカードですか？ Can you guess the answer? これはカードですか？ Answer is yes. はい、カードです。Okay. Number 5. あれは椅子ですか？あれは椅子ですか？いいえ、椅子じゃありません。机です。Number 6. これは本ですか？これは本ですか？いいえ、本じゃありません。Newspaper. いいえ、本じゃありません。新聞です。新聞です。Okay, number 7. それは名詞ですか？それは名詞ですか？ The answer is はい、名詞です。Number 8. あれは椅子ですか？あれは椅子ですか？はい、椅子です。Or はい、そうです。 Number 9. これは雑誌ですか？ Magazine。これは雑誌ですか？いいえ、雑誌じゃありません。or いいえ、違います。辞書です。Okay, number 10. それは、じゃあそれは傘ですか？それは傘ですか？いいえ、傘じゃありません。鍵です。Number 11. あれはパソコンですか？あれはパソコンですか？いいえ、パソコンじゃありません。テレビです。Last one. それはカバンですか？それはカバンですか？はい、そうです。はい、カバンです。Okay, look at number 1 again. じゃあこれはカメラですか？時計ですか？ラジオですか？ I don't know. So I want to ask, what's this? What's this? これは何ですか？これは何ですか？ Okay, 何 is question word. これは何ですか？ And answer is カメラです。カメラです。Okay. The number 2, what's that? What's that? あれは何ですか？あれは何ですか？ Answer is 車です。車です。Okay. Then number 3, what's the question? それは何ですか？それは何ですか？ And answer is 時計です。Okay. Number 4, so please make a question. What's this? これは何ですか？ Answer is カードです。Okay, number 5. あれは何ですか？ Can you say the answer in Japanese? 机です。Number 6. これは何ですか？新聞です。Number 7. それは何ですか？名詞です。Number 8. あれは何ですか？椅子です。Number 9. これは何ですか？辞書です。Number 10. それは何ですか？鍵です。Number 11. あれは何ですか？テレビです。Last one. それは何ですか？カバンです。Okay. Then look at number 1. これは鍵です。これは鍵です。This is Mr. Sato's key. Mr. Sato. In Japanese, Mr. Mrs. is さん。佐藤さん。鈴木さん。さん can be used both for men and women. ね。So number 3 is 田中さん。Number 4 is 伊藤さん。ね。じゃあ、number 1. This is Mr. Sato's key. これは佐藤さんの鍵です。佐藤さんの鍵です。 Okay? owner の noun です。Okay? はい。じゃあ、how about number 2? 鈴木さん。owner is 鈴木さん。dictionary は辞書ですね、辞書。はい。これは鈴木さんの辞書です。鈴木さんの辞書です。Number 3、CD、田中さん。これは田中さんの CD です。Number 4、okay, then please make a sentence. これは book is 本 in Japanese. Okay? Okay? これは伊藤さんの本です。Okay, number 5. Can you make a sentence? これは高橋さんのカードです。これは高橋さんのカードです。Number 6. 本 again. これはミラーさんの本です。Number 7. これは山田さんの雑誌です。Number 8. これは小川さんのノートです。Number 9. これは中田さんの辞書です。Okay. Then look at number 1 again. これは佐藤さんの鍵ですか？鈴木さんの鍵ですか？田中さんの鍵ですか？ I don't know. So I want to ask whose key is this? これは誰の鍵ですか？これは誰の鍵ですか？誰 is question 1. Okay, then let's check the answer. これは誰の鍵ですか？ Answer is 佐藤さんの鍵です。Then next, whose dictionary is this? Number 2, whose dictionary is this? Okay, can you make a question? これは誰の辞書ですか？これは誰の辞書ですか？ Answer is 鈴木さんの辞書です。Okay, number 3, whose CD is this? Whose CD is this? これは誰の CD ですか？これは誰の CD ですか？ And answer is 田中さんの CD です。Okay. Then when we answer, we already know what we are talking about, so we can omit the noun. Normally we omit the noun. For example, これは、じゃあ No.1 これは佐藤さんの鍵ですか？ Answer can be, sorry, これは誰の鍵ですか？これは誰の鍵ですか？ Answer can be 佐藤さんのです。佐藤さんのです。We can omit 鍵 when we answer. Okay? じゃあ、let's check the short answer. Number 2. これは誰の辞書ですか？ Short answer is 鈴木さんのです。Number 3. これは誰の CD ですか？ Answer is 田中さんのです。Number 4. これは誰の本ですか？ Short answer is 伊藤さんのです。Okay, so I ask you questions, so please answer in Japanese. Number 5. これは誰のカードですか？ The answer is 高橋さんのです。Number 6. これは誰の本ですか？ミラーさんのです。7. これは誰の雑誌ですか？山田さんのです。8. これは誰のノートですか？小川さんのです。Last one. これは誰の辞書ですか？ 中田さんのです。Okay? はい、じゃあ、next. じゃあ、look at number 1 again. We can see the picture of car on this key. So this is a car key. Car key. Car is 車 in Japanese. これは車の鍵です。これは車の鍵です。Okay. So number 2. This is an English dictionary. English. English is 英語。英語。英語の辞書です。英語の辞書です。So the sentence is これは英語の辞書です。Okay? Number 3. Spanish dictionary. Spanish dictionary. Sorry, Spanish CD. Spanish CD. Spanish はスペイン語。スペイン語。これはスペイン語の CD です。Okay? Category contents の noun です。はい。じゃあ、please make a sentence about number 4. This is a French book. French book. French language is フランス語。フランス語。book is 本。本 in Japanese. French book. で、これはフランス語の本です。Okay. Then number 5. Bank is 銀行。銀行 in Japanese. これは銀行のカードです。Number 6. This is Japanese language book. これは日本語の本です。Number 7. Magazine is 雑誌。雑誌 in Japanese. 雑誌。これはカメラの雑誌です。Okay. Okay, number 8. German. German is ドイツ語。ドイツ語。And notebook is ノート。ノート。これはドイツ語のノートです。Okay. Okay, the last one. これは日本語の辞書ですか？中国語の辞書ですか？英語の辞書ですか？ I don't know, so I want to ask. これは何の辞書ですか？これは何の辞書ですか？ And answer is, this is Chinese dictionary. Chinese. Answer is 中国語の辞書です。Okay? I think please repeat after me question and answer when we want to ask the category contents. これは何の辞書ですか？ Answer is 中国語の辞書です。Okay. Then what kind of key is this? What is this key for? Can you make a question? Use this. これは何の鍵ですか？これは何の鍵ですか？ Answer is 車の鍵です。Okay. In this case, we can't omit the noun when we answer. So, これは何の鍵ですか？車のです is not correct. 車の鍵です。We have to say the noun. Okay. はい、じゃあ next. じゃあ number 2. これは英語の辞書ですか？スペイン語の辞書ですか？日本語の辞書ですか？ I don't know. Question is これは何の辞書ですか？ Answer is 英語の辞書です。Okay, number 3. これは何の CD ですか？ Can you answer in Japanese? スペイン語の CD です。No.4 これは何の本ですか？フランス語の本です。No.5 これは何のカードですか？ Bank is 銀行のカードです。No.6 これは何の本ですか？ Japanese language 日本語の本です。Okay, No.7 これは何の雑誌ですか？これは何の雑誌ですか？カメラの雑誌です。No.8 これは何のノートですか？ドイツ語のノートです。Okay, last one これは何の辞書ですか？中国語の辞書です。Okay. Then, okay, look at this. The person A is on the left side. Person B is on the right side. Person A is asking, what's that? What's that? Do you remember what's that? それは何ですか？それは何ですか？ And person B answers, CD です。Then person A, second question. Can you guess the question? The answer is ABCD English. Question is, 何の CD ですか？ And answer is, 英語の CD です。英語の CD です。英語 English. Okay, please repeat after me the whole conversation. それは何ですか？ CD です。何の CD ですか？英語の CD です。Okay, then I'm A, you're B. So please answer to my question in Japanese. それは何ですか？何の CD ですか？ Okay, then switch, you start. Ask me. CD です。英語の CD です。Okay, then next. What's that? The same, it's same. それは何ですか？カードです。何のカードですか？ Hospital is 病院 in Japanese. 病院のカードです。Okay, number 2. What's that? それは何ですか？雑誌です。雑誌です。何の雑誌ですか？車の雑誌です。Okay, number 3. Question. それは何ですか？本です。何の本ですか？パソコンの本です。Okay. Next. Look at number 1. これは時計ですね。これは時計です。And Seiko is the brand of this watch. これはセイコーの時計です。これはセイコーの時計です。ブランドのnounですね。はい。じゃあ、how about number 2? Brand is Prada. That is カバン in Japanese. これはプラダのカバンです。プラダのカバンです。Number 3. Can you make a sentence? これはソニーの パソコンです。Okay, number 4. This is not a brand. China is not brand, country of origin, but we can use the same sentence pattern. China is 中国in Japanese. So the sentence is これは中国の傘です。これは中国の傘です。Okay. Then, じゃあ、when, look at please make a sentence about number 5. これはサムスンのテレビです。サムスンのテレビです。Okay, next, number 6. これはキャノンのカメラです。Number 7. Switzerland is スイス in Japanese. スイス。これはスイスのチョコレートです。Okay, number 8. これはフランスのワインです。Number 9. これはバーバリーのネクタイです。ネクタイ。Okay, number 10. これはイタリアの靴です。11. これは IKEA の椅子です。これは IKEA の椅子です。Last one. ¿Qué hace una frase, por favor? これはトヨタの車です。Okay. Then, look at number 1 again. これはロレックスの時計ですか？オメガの時計ですか？セイコーの時計ですか？ I don't know the brand. I want to ask the brand. Question is, これはどこの時計ですか？これはどこの時計ですか？ And answer is セイコーの時計です。Or just セイコーのです。It's okay too. Then please ask the brand of number 2. Bag, カバン。Ask the brand of this bag. これはどこのカバンですか？これはどこのカバンですか？ Answer is プラダのです。I got a question from Alex. Does どこ means where? Yes, where? For example, where is your house? あなたの家はどこですか？ But when we add どこ add no after どこ this means brand and country of origin. Okay, thank you for good question. Okay. じゃあ next one. これはどこのパソコンですか？ソニーのパソコンです。or ソニーのです。Okay, number 4. So I ask you question, please answer in Japanese. これはどこの傘ですか？これはどこの傘ですか？中国のです。Number 5. これはどこのテレビですか？サムスンのです。Number 6. これはどこのカメラですか？キャノンのです。Number 7. これはどこのチョコレートですか？ Do you remember Switzerland? スイスのです。Number 8. これはどこのワインですか？フランスのです。Number 9. これはどこのネクタイですか？ ババリーノです。Number 10、これはどこの靴ですか？イタリアのです。Number 11、これはどこの椅子ですか？IKEA のです。Last one、これはどこの車ですか？トヨタのです。Okay, then look at this. It's my t-shirt. So what's the brand? これはどこの T シャツですか？CCWO のです。CCWO。スペインの T シャツですか？スペインの T シャツですか？いいえ、スペインの T シャツじゃありません。タイの T シャツです。Okay. This brand is Thai. Okay, next, let's study numbers. Okay, so from 0, please repeat after me. 0 is from English word, but we pronounce like 0, 0, 0 is. はい、じゃあ0、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9、10。9 and 10 are long vowel. 9, 10. And 11 is 11, 11 です。Then how about 12? 12 is 12, 13, 13, 14ね。じゃあ20 is 20, 20. How about 30? 3 is 3, so 30 is 30, 30. 40 is 40, 50, 60ね。はい、じゃあ next 3-digit numbers. Okay, 100 is 100, 100. 200 is add 2 here, 200. 300 is irregular, not 300, but 300, 300 B です。400 is 400, 400, 500, 500. 600 is not 600, but 600, 600. Okay. And 700 is not irregular, 700, 700. And 800 is another irregular, not 800, but 800, 800. Yes, it has happy here, happy number. Okay, 900 is not irregular, 900, 900. So 300, 600, 800 are irregular. Okay, let's check the 4-digit numbers. 1000 is 1000. 2000, 2000, add 2. And 3000 is not 3000, but 3000, 3000. 4000, 5000, 6000, 7000. And 8000 is irregular, not 8000, but 8000, 8000. Okay, and 9000 is 9000. So 3000 and 8000 are irregular. Okay, next 5-digit numbers. When we read number in Japanese, we need to ignore the comma because we don't have 10,000. 1万, 1万. This is the unit of man. 2万. 3万. Okay, and there's no irregular. 4万, 5万, 6万, 7万, 8万, 9万, and 10万. 10万 and 100万. So we have to split before the comma. Okay. Then please read the next number 2, 3, 4, 0, 0, 0, 0. At first, we need to read top three numbers. But first three numbers 234, 234万ですね。はい。じゃあ、let's try next one. How do you read in Japanese? Okay. First, read top three numbers, pink numbers. 987, 987万 and then read the rest. 6543です。A little bit tricky ね。はい。Then, okay, let's read the prices of things here. Yeah, look at number one. Let's read the number of this price. 3万 and 8,000 is irregular. 8,600 and currency N. 38,600 円です。じゃあ、how about number two? 1,300 is irregular. 1,300 and currency is euro. 1,300 euro ね。じゃあ number three. Okay, where should we split the number? First, 10, 10万 9,400円. Okay, then let's make sentence. The umbrella, this umbrella is $4. Umbrella is casa. 傘は4ドルです。傘は4ドルです。Okay, number five. テレビは85,700円です。Next one. カメラは76,000. Next one is irregular. 300円です。Number seven. チョコレートは8ドルです。8ドルです。Next one. ワインは3,600円です。Okay. ネクタイは29,500円です。Okay. じゃあ、靴は140ユーロです。140ユーロです。Next. 椅子は92ドルです。Last one, or this is large number. 車は670万円です。Okay. Then, look at number one again. I want to know the price of this watch. How much is this watch? The question is, 時計はいくらですか？時計はいくらですか？いくら is question word to ask price. Okay, 時計はいくらですか？ And answer is 38,600円です。Okay, then please make a question. How much is the bag? bag はカバン。カバンはいくらですか？カバンはいくらですか？ Answer is 1300ユーロです。Okay. How much is the computer? コンピューターはパソコン。パソコンはいくらですか？ Answer is 10万9400円です。Okay. さあ傘はいくらですか？傘はいくらですか？ Answer is 4ドルです。4ドルです。Number 5. テレビはいくらですか？ Can you read the number? 8万5700円です。カメラはいくらですか？ Okay. Answer is 7万6300円です。チョコレートはいくらですか？ 8ドルです。ワインはいくらですか？ 3600円です。ネクタイはいくらですか？ 2万9500円です。靴はいくらですか？ 140ユーロです。椅子はいくらですか？ 92ドルです。車はいくらですか？ 670万円です。Okay, then look at the picture. はい。じゃあ、first one. The person A on the left side is going to buy a camera. So he wants to ask some questions at the shop. So, excuse me は日本語で、すみません。And he wants to know the country of origin. これはどこのカメラですか？これはどこのカメラですか？ And what's the answer? What country is this? 日本のです。And ask the price. いくらですか？ Can you read this number? 23,600円です。Okay, let's practice the whole conversation. Please repeat after me. すみません。これはどこのカメラですか？日本のです。いくらですか？ 23,600円です。Okay, let's role play. I'm person A. You're the shop clerk. すみません。これはどこのカメラですか？いくらですか？ Okay, sweet, you start. 日本のです。23,600円です。Okay, next one. Excuse me, すみません。これはどこのネクタイですか？イタリアのです。いくらですか？ Can you read the number? 7,300円です。Number 2, すみません。これはどこの時計ですか？ What's this? スイスのです。いくらですか？ 18,800円です。Okay, last one. すみません。これはどこの パソコンですか？アメリカのです。いくらですか？17万8000円です。Okay, that's all for today. So thank you for visiting my lesson. If you want to study with me more, visit the italki website and try my lesson. Muchas gracias por unirte a mi clase de japonés. Si quieres estudiar más conmigo, visite la página web italki. Espero que nos veamos pronto. Muchas gracias. Adiós. では皆さん、さようなら。ありがとうございました。